Where's my darn yarn?
Hi everyone and welcome to episode 32 of the Dyepod. My name is Petra.
And my name is Robert.
And we come to you from Eksjö in Sweden, where we run our yarn dyeing business. And you can find us at Fru Valborg on Instagram and www.fruvalborg.se, where our web shop is.
I think that was a perfect introduction, Petra.
Thank you. I've never done it better, I think.
I know. I think also we are pretty good at keeping our pace now. I suspect we are around 3 weeks since last time.
Mm-hmm. Something like that, maybe.
Yeah. So the year is looking good so far.
Yeah, that's perfect.
What's happened then in the last 3 weeks?
Well, what happened? I, as always, don't remember what happened.
Maybe I help you then.
Yes, please.
So last time we talked, for instance, about that we have a new studio, and that we showed the studio, and that you were kind of in the middle together with me of deciding how this studio should look like.
Yeah.
Furniture and stuff like that.
That's true.
Have you progressed?
Yes, I think it's almost done now. There is a wallpaper that I bought that I will put up very soon, I hope, and I have some small things left, but I think mainly the main part is done, and the furnitures are there. There are just some chairs missing, and I think the most is there actually.
Do you think it's turning out the way you want?
It starts to get really cozy.
Mm-hmm.
We found some really nice couch and two, what do you say, fåtöljer?
Chairs?
Chairs, okay. On the second-hand, we have a second-hand site here in Sweden that's called Blocket, where you can find all the used stuff that you can buy for a really good price. So we were there getting some furniture and in another city. So that's fine. I really like it now. I'm very happy with how it's turning out actually.
And what is the next step then?
The next step now is to open up for the open studio again. So I will check out which weekend will be the best, but within some weeks I think.
Okay.
Will be the first time, and also, yeah, the thing is to maybe have it a little more often as we go by. time passes by, because as it is now and things like that, but yeah, I just have to solve how to it's kind of tricky when you have like the same storage, like the yarn I sell in the shop is also the yarn that's lying in the web shop. That's kind of tricky, I think.
Yes. So every time you sell something in the shop, you have to manually remove it from the web shop.
Yeah, if there is a good way to have them in the same place or something, I don't know. I checked it out a little, but it was really expensive. The one they had an integration via the web shop that I use, but it was kind of expensive, especially when you're open like once or twice a month. So yeah, I will see.
So then you need to close the web shop then, when you have the shop open here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes, that's true.
And you said you want to have other things in the studio as well, but of course Corona is holding us back, I guess.
And also it's just finished now, and at the moment I dye a lot. There's not always the time to just do stuff around things. So, well, but we have some other plans, as we talked about last time. But yeah, and also my internships, as you said. 2 really sweet girls from Syria. One is 18 and one is 20. Was here for the first time this week. They also had Corona, so it was a little. They missed 2 weeks, but now they were here yesterday.
How did that feel?
That felt really good. They were. I just showed around and what about things that they could do in the future and things like that. But what shall we do now? What shall we do? So they skein and they labeled and they hang the yarn to dry and everything. And yes, now we're done. What shall we do now? And I also have Clara here at the moment. She's leaving next week, but so everything is really like an industry now. It's just everything is. When I look there, all the skeins are done because then Clara almost do it now, and everything is labeled. So I just dye and dye and dye. But that's fun.
Yeah,
it's really nice actually. Really, really nice. The stress. Many times when I dye, I also package orders and answering emails and scanning and everything between every dye bath running around. So, and now I have just been able to stand in the dyeing space, and everything else is just. Clara also have been package up all the orders, so they're also done. So that's really a luxury. But now it will maybe soon be. She will disappear next week, so that's.
So you replace one Clara with 2 interns.
Yes, that's really good.
Yeah.
They were really sweet.
And they will be here 2 days a week.
Yeah, 2 days a week.
So how do you think this will be different then? Would you have to then plan your days or your week in another way, so you save up work for them, or how do you look at that?
I think I have to save. I'm planning on saving. I will teach them a little more to skein because they were kind of wiggly and things like that. So,
yeah.
And you know how it is when I.
Skeining is a subtle art.
Yes.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
it's not as easy as it looks.
No. It's kind of both, but I want it
You need
in
to
a
say
special.
it's very difficult, so I look
Okay.
better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's really difficult, and Robert had a hard time with me. When
We had separate bedrooms for 3 months while I learned to skein. It's true.
You skeined and I just took them out again, and now you have to redo them. They don't look perfect.
I had to learn to internalize my frustration.
Yeah, it was hard at first.
Yeah.
You was kind of annoyed, but.
But you were a good teacher, because at the end I think I emerged as a very competent skeiner.
Yes, totally. You're a totally competent skeiner. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're the best.
Probably.
Actually.
Probably the best.
But when you sell kind of more luxury yarns, which hand-dyed yarn is because many times of the price and you pay a lot, and I want it to look good when I photograph them and when they come in your mailbox. I want it to look professional and well done and things. So it's not anything wrong if your skein looked a little more because you take it out anyway, but I want them in a certain way, and that's just how I want them. So.
But this is pretty, I think, pretty common in, especially like you say, little luxury type of brand. Even in my job, in my other job, we talk about fit, feel, finish, and it's a little bit the same. It should look and feel like the brand that you're selling, and it's the same here. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
It needs to look the way it should look.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
But then it's maybe good also while they learn that I save up a lot of skeins that they can label, because they're very efficient labelers. They just and then it was done. And they also put the charity pins on the cards and everything, and they just yeah. So they were really and very sweet and gentle girls. So I think it will be great. It will be fun. And the more we learn to know each other, they talk a little Swedish, one of them a little more, and the other one, they also, their main language is Arabic, so it's kind of a little mixed of all the languages and some English words, and but that's really fun. I might learn some Arabic words as well.
For sure.
and I really don't know anything. I worked with a lot of students before that has that language as a main language, but I'm really, really bad at learning a new language. It's like many things. It goes in there and I'm trying to remember, and then it's just, well, what to do? One more time. So, that's kind of boring, but I hope I will learn something.
I'm sure you will. I think this will be great.
Yes.
We have also done a couple of other things since last time. I want you now to talk a little bit about yoga.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So I have a podcast also with a friend and colleague that is a yarn dyer as well, Anna at Dandelion Yarns. She have been doing this for many years, and we started a podcast, I don't know, a few months ago or so. And she, in maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, she challenged me then to practice yoga every day. There is this woman that's called Adrienne, and I don't remember her last name, but we can link it.
Yeah, we put it down here.
Yeah, so she has this like 30 days of yoga for beginners or just for anyone.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Does it cost any money?
No, it doesn't cost any money. I think she has also some channels that cost, of course, because she does a lot of videos and she's really, really talented. So yeah, I have been doing that for 8 days now. And I actually trained a lot of yoga when I was younger.
Yeah.
I many times went up really early, like 5 or 6, and did 1 hour of yoga. And but that was before the children arrived, so it's kind of a long time ago now. But it feels really, really good.
So is it with yoga like it is with, for instance, let's say football that I've been spending my life on? Because, you know, I played football for 25 years and then I didn't play any football. But of course, I still have the skills. It's still there. It's just I'm not using them. Is it the same with yoga, so that since you did it before, it's easier to get into it again? Or do you kind of start from a clean slate?
Yoga is so much about the brain to be able to relax and things, and also you train all the movements, how I don't know how you say how much you can move. How do you say that?
Yeah, how flexible, I guess.
How flexible you are. So of course I recognize many of the like postures or so, but of course everything of that is out of the body since like 20 years ago, so I just recognize it, but it's you have to work your way inside again, I think.
Okay.
With both the body and the mind, maybe. So, and I'm absolutely no professional and wasn't them either, but I really enjoy it, and it gives you relaxation, but also like wakens up your body and mind a little, I think.
Yeah.
Afterwards, you're really relaxed, but also energized in some way. So so maybe you could. I think if you'd like to, if you're like me, you know, you're starting to get middle-aged, the body is stiff in many places and things. I think this is a really good way to be able to be a little more flexible, get rid of some pain maybe in your neck or back or whatever. So yeah, I really recommend it. So we will link it, and maybe you can tell us if you join it, because it's really, really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe something for me. I am very flexible, but you can always do more.
Okay.
Yeah.
We leave it with that.
We can debate that.
Yes.
Also, you failed me since last time.
Wow, I did.
Yeah. Can you think about in what area you might have failed me? The last 3 weeks.
I'm just looking inside here about what have I done now.
It has something to do with water.
Oh, okay. Oh, dragging that up. Okay, I have not been taking my February bath.
Oh.
And I'm really ashamed.
Yeah, you should be.
Mm-hmm.
We had an agreement.
Yes.
But that's life. I have, however, and it was very cold.
Yeah. You're really good at that. You do it every month.
Yep.
And I just do it whenever I feel it.
Yeah.
But you really force yourself. But I also know you really like it.
Yeah.
I also really like it, but my mindset is just that if I don't, I'm not able to push myself in that way that you are, I think.
No.
If I don't feel like it, or I'm just a little annoyed about you mentioning it, I don't want to, no. Something like that.
Yeah. That's true. Let's see how March pays out then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so have we done anything more since last time?
No. We just have good weather, so we have been...
Brilliant.
It has been really nice being outside and taking walks, and I actually have a balcony here in the new space, so mostly Clara then. I have not maybe sit there, but she takes some very long breaks and sit in a very comfy chair outside on the balcony sunbathing. Listening to podcast and really she's a very good relaxer.
Yes.
So that's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that also makes the energy come back to the body. I think because it's much lighter, and you can start to feel the change now in the season, that the light is a little, like 6 or something when it starts to get dark now.
Yeah.
And of course the sun makes it even lighter, so that's really nice, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, we are heading into a very nice season now, no doubt.
It's my favorite. Spring is my favorite season. I think.
It's good. Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know if there is anything more special. I don't think so.
I think we're all
mostly staying home as everybody else
in the corona bubble, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Your mother got corona.
My mother got corona actually, and my father didn't, and they live under the same roof.
He
So
must be a robot or something.
my father is over 80 years old, and he's kind of I don't know. It's like nothing gets to him.
True.
And almost the same with my mom. She had it, she wasn't that sick. She was very annoyed that she only could do like 2 of the workout classes that she does many times a week that goes on the television.
Yeah.
So she was a little tired, and the smell and taste disappeared, but otherwise I think she was mostly annoyed that she maybe couldn't go like 10 kilometers and maybe had to go 5 kilometers instead.
Yeah.
But now it's over. So,
now it's over, that's good.
Yeah. I think many here in Eksjö really had the corona now. But well.
Let's hope for the best. Okay, should we then move over to something else? Maybe we could talk a little bit about knitting.
We could absolutely do that.
And now we're going to show some different things you're working on. But before we do that, a knitting garment is always made from a pattern. And there is something about putting your patterns up on Ravelry that Petra would like to say.
Ah, yes.
That was a segue. You see that?
Really nice, Robert.
Thank
I'm
you.
very proud of you.
Thank you.
There is this community here in Sweden that's called Stick Designer, and they connect Swedish indie designers with, of course, you knitters and things, and they have this Instagram account at Stick Designer. We will link it down here. And then they have now trying to make people putting out their projects on Ravelry. Just because an indie designer, many times when you start up, you don't have like the audience maybe, or a big channel or something to reach out, and it's a long way to reach out. I know that as well as a yarn dyer. It takes time, it takes a lot of energy to work with Instagram or whatever you work with, and so they try to take some help from you knitters, that they want you to share your projects and link the designers and things. So, and they have a hashtag, and I thought I would remember it now.
Yeah.
In my head, but I will check. The hashtag that you use is lägg upp, lägg ut, and we will put it down here. Lägg upp, lägg ut in Swedish. And they also show, if you're not familiar with Ravelry, they also have this link in their bio, I think, where they show how you put up a project on Ravelry. So yeah.
Will you do this?
I said I was gonna be better on doing this, because I'm really no good. When I knitted something, I always have a hard time finishing up the last thing. I know there also is, I just have to say this as well, because there's been a lot of discussions around Ravelry that they are not people that have difficulties with, it can be like, this is so hard in English, they had their screen, so to say, has made difficulty for some people to actually see the frame. The colors are really intense, and some people have been really dizzy and felt really bad about it, and this has been kind of a big discussion that they don't want to redo the page. So I also know that I say Ravelry now, but I know there are a lot of pages that want to include all the people to be able to watch all this stuff. And there is coming up more and more pages now that want to include like everybody more, or how you could say, for everybody to be able to watch the screens or things like that. So I just want to mention that as well, because I think maybe Ravelry could have made an effort doing something about this. Yeah.
So the point being that putting this hashtag up, it does not have to be on Ravelry.
Exactly,
it can be wherever,
that's the point.
right?
I just want to sit and say Ravelry, because I know many people are disappointed at Ravelry, and they're coming more. And I think also we could be, that is disappointing, because you could approach the critics that you guess, I don't know how do you say, so
for sure.
So there are coming even more sites. Since I don't work with Ravelry a lot myself, I work with Instagram mostly, showing the yarns, but I think also, of course, it's important for like an indie dyer, because many times you tag the dyer as well, or the yarn you're using, and that is really helpful, I think, for customers that want to buy for my yarns or someone other dyer yarns, that you can watch maybe colorways or bases, how they look knit up and what they work for and things like that. So that's really, really good, and I would be happy to be better at this as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wherever you share your knitting pictures, it would be great if you use this hashtag, if you mention the designer, and also where you got your yarn.
Yes, that's good.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Now I am dying to see what you've been knitting on.
Yes.
Because now we have a very big couch, and that means that the distance between us sometimes is maybe 50 centimeters more than it used to be. So now I don't know what you're knitting.
Oh, that's a shame.
Please.
Okay, so the first thing the first finished object is this snowy forest. And I am really happy about this. It's so soft and the cables are just gorgeous. Also this double folded neckline is really beautiful, I think. And I used merino singles along with one strand of fuzzy mohair. I think that the colorway shows better here, maybe. I think maybe I should put it on anyway.
Yeah.
It's really hot here now at the moment. We have the sun up and things, but it's not blocked. I'm a very lazy blocker. But so I think the neckline, when it's blocked or steamed or whatever, will be a little more loose. I like a loose neckline, so that's what I hope for anyway. But I made it rather cropped.
And is that not the way it's supposed to be, or?
There are two suggestions in the patterns, and I have strange things under here, but it looks it looks a little strange maybe. But I knitted the sleeves just straight out and then decreased almost like half of the stitches, I think. And I think I did. No, was very strange. I'm a really bad pattern reader because I'm very lazy. So when I got down here and was supposed to separate for sleeves and body, there was so many stitches totally wrong. I think I maybe had like 18 or 24 or whatever stitches less than I should. Wow. So I cast it on a little more under the arm, and as I know it has some positive ease in the pattern that's supposed to be there. I just kind of thought that it probably don't change so much, so I just cast it on some new stitches, extra stitches under the arms and things. So therefore I can actually say which size I knitted. Yeah. Because I had no idea when I was done, because the stitch and that's really strange because it's cables. Isn't that strange?
I'm gonna say yes to that question.
Because it's separated in the cables. So it's not like just a round yoke with just a lot of stitches. I have no idea what I have done actually.
No, neither do I. I didn't even understand the question. But it sounded like I think you have a point.
Yeah. Anyway, I really like it. It's
Who made it? You did not say who made it, I think.
Midori Hirose, and that is Knit Cafe Midori on Instagram. She makes beautiful patterns. I also mentioned last time she designed the ranunculus sweater, for example, but she also done other beautiful patterns. So, and this is from the last issue of Line.
Okay.
So I'm really happy with it.
You should be.
Yes. I think it would be really nice.
Nice color on you.
Thank you. The colorways are a yellow on the main.
Is it yellow?
What? It's called Midas. And then there is one strand of fuzzy mohair in golden. So okay. It's a really goldeny color, and I really like it. It's really warm as well. Yeah.
All right.
Very happy with it.
Yeah, you should be.
Thank you.
You look like $1,000,000.
I think I will take it off now.
So, what's more? Give us more.
Yes, I don't have so much.
We are like bird children who just wait for more food. Feed us. Okay,
the next project. I really needed something very quick because I could not decide when I bound off that sweater. I didn't have anything on my needles.
Oh, I remember that. It was quite a strange atmosphere in the house.
And you just cast on something.
This is true.
And I'm just casting. I just took some yarn I had left in a basket or something, and I cast it on. The Vuono hat by Kajsa Vuorne. I'm kidding.
Let's do this again. Take 2. You start from the beginning.
By
No, you do the whole thing. Take 2.
so I casted on this Vuono hat
Okay.
by Ronja Hakalito.
Yeah. Ronja.
Yes, last time I said totally wrong, and I'm really sorry about that. I hope I said right this time. But we will, of course, write it down in the right way down here now.
Yes.
So I must say this is a really beautiful hat pattern. I think this might be my favorite at the moment. I casted on another one, but I just took one strand of Merlin in caramel colorway and one strand of my fuzzy mohair in fudge, which is a much lighter version of the caramel, you could say. So it gives a beautiful mold effect, I think. And it's a double folded brim like this. And this is a really simple and fun stitch to knit. I don't know if it has a name or something, but it's really, really nice.
Would you consider it high difficulty?
No, not at all. I knitted this in 2 evenings and then maybe just 2 hours per evening or something. I think it's a 4mm needle on the brim and then 5mm up here. I'm almost sure. But I would really recommend this one. I really like it, and it has. Now I have. Okay, never mind. It has a really nice fit, I think.
You look very good with the hat on.
Thank you. Thank you, darling. But I think it's really nice when you have it. I always knitted a hat before with just this cuff or brim or whatever. One simple brim, not folded. But I really like this, because it keeps fit on the head, and it gives a little width to the head. I have this really small face, like skinny face. Sometimes I like a little volume to make my face a little wider.
So it seems like you and I have the opposite problem then.
If I could have some of you and you some.
That would be good. So I think if I had a hat, it should be one that squeezed the head a little bit in.
Okay. Yeah, so one of each.
We complement each other.
Yes, we do. Well, anyway, so that's my. I really love it. I just can show you. I casted on another version as well. Because
the same pattern?
Yes, because I loved it so much. And I also had 2 yarns that I really liked together. Just one of each skein, and I didn't know what to do with them. Sorry about my hands. I have been dyeing today. But these 2 colorways, it's a dark cool brown, and this is Cabin Weekend on merino silkyoke singles. And I thought they were really nice together, and they made a really nice fabric when I started to knit it up. I don't know if you can see the different pinks and purples and greens and things. So I'm just done with the brim now, and we'll start doing the pattern.
Good.
So I recommend it.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And
what else is in your bag?
Then I have one project that I'm working on. I have been working only on this for a moment now.
Yes, the little jacket thing.
Yes, and this is me trying to pronounce Finnish again.
I actually got some good feedback on YouTube that I pronounced it very well.
That's good. Ystävä. Ystävä. And this is also from a Line magazine. I don't remember which number now, but we could write it.
We could find
down
out.
Here. Yeah. So this is a cardigan that I really liked and have been looking at a lot, but I couldn't decide what yarn base to use for it and things like that. So when I actually just a few days ago got the last yarn from England.
Finally, after 3-4 months of wait.
Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah.
I got it and I was really happy, and it was the BFL Gotland DK that's supposed to be for those slippers as well that I've been talking about. But then I just knew I wanted that DK base for this sweater along with mohair, of course. Everything is for mohair at the moment. So I got this far. It's kind of far. One button band is done and one to go. The buttonholes, it's supposed to be buttonholes here now. And I think it's in the original design it's a little more positive ease, but I wanted it a little more fitted because I like that if I wear a dress or something like that to have a little more fitted cardigan. Or I like a very long positive eased cardigan. That's what I like.
Does positive ease means it's a little wider?
Yes, it's wider. It's supposed to be a little baggy, or you could say as well.
I get it.
But I like when I like cropped and little more shaped, or really long under my butt, and a little more oversized. That's the two things I like with the cardigan, I think.
So tight above the butt and loose below the butt.
Yes,
Easy
I think
way.
that's the two things I use when I buy a cardigan.
Understand.
Yes, so I dyed this up in a little colder green than I'm used to. I mostly dye more of a moss greens and things.
And you were inspired by a pillow.
Yes, our couch pillow.
Yeah.
That's true. But it was you, I think, that said just to dye one of those.
Yes. And see how beautiful it became.
I have things everywhere now, but okay. So here is how it looks. So as you see, it will be just to the waist. And when I hope anyway, when this is done, the button band, it will be kind of, as you see, it will be kind of fitted. Not too fitted. It's not that the buttons will go aside, I think, because it have maybe 1 inch of positive ease or something, but it will sit really nice, I hope.
Yeah.
And so just buttonholes here and the sleeves. I have not decided if I want 3/4 of a sleeve, or I think it's 3/4, maybe
Yes.
here.
That's what you usually prefer, isn't it?
Yeah, otherwise I'm just folding them up, and since they grow a little, the more you pull them, the longer they get, and then I fold 1 time and then 2 times and then because I work so much with my hands, I'm not able to have a cardigan that hangs always wet or dirty or whatever. So I think it will be maybe down here or something. But I'm really happy with that. If you look, this is more of a green that I usually dye. This is swamp green, a really mossy green that I'm very fond of. But for clothes, this is also really nice, actually.
Looks good on you.
Thank you.
You did not mention the name of the designer.
The designer is Jonna Hietala, who is also the one of the people behind the Line magazine. And she's also a knit designer and a photographer. So yeah, I can really recommend this. So it's the BFL Gotland DK that I will dye up soon for the shop. I had some other things in the line, but it will come soon. And 1 strand of mohair. And the pattern is really easy and really nice.
It looks very warm.
It is very warm. I think this will be kind of more of a spring jacket almost. So, and the mohair fills everything up, and also the BFL Gotland, it's an untreated yarn that always makes it a little warmer as well, and fills also the material a little better. So I think this almost will be like a a little jacket actually that you can wear now, maybe in a month or so, or in the winter, of course, when it's really cold. So, but I'm really happy with it. I think it's really beautiful, and I'm just following the pattern. I knit size 2 in this, which is like for, I think it was, I don't remember now the centimeters, but size 2 anyway I knit, and otherwise I just follow the pattern.
Yeah, and you are like a medium, right?
I am very different depending on clothes. I'm 172 centimeters long, and I think I'm like 96 around my bust. So sometimes I'm a medium, sometimes I'm more to the large, depending on what clothes it is. And around my butt, I'm sometimes even, I have a large, and so it's really different, I think, because some clothes company really have these really small. I think it's, yeah, but then you know how I do anyway, and you can compare. It's always, I think always, that's one thing I think with designers, that they always should write the model's measurements.
Yeah.
Many times when you shop on internet, I think the model's length and bust measurements anyway is there. And because I'm kind of tall,
yes,
and if I see someone that is kind of thin and then could be really short, in comparison, if you compare that to just make it, it's really, really difficult to see. Is she 150 or is she 180? Is she like 80 around bust, or, you know, it's really, really difficult. So I love to know the sizes of the models, because then I could imagine a little more. I want it a little more cropped or a little fitted or a little more. So that's a tip for all the designers, I think.
Yes. So then comes the question that is now on everybody's mind. You have shown 3 projects.
I know what the question is.
How many of these projects are in your Make 9 list?
Okay. All of them.
What?
What? But
That is crazy.
And that's all of them that was left. Okay. Because the other ones I think I actually took out now. It will be something else. I have no idea what to cast on next. That's really, really...
Maybe someone can give a little inspiration down in the comments. Feel free.
I'm working on my favorite list on Ravelry. That's the only thing maybe at the moment I do on Ravelry. That is putting different designer favorites in my page, trying to, and sometimes put away the things that I think I will never knit these, because you could have like 300 and you would ever be able to knit them.
Yeah.
I try to take them away and put just the things that I really, really want to knit. So that's something I do now. So I will see what next thing will be. I have not decided yet, actually.
Do you want some inspiration?
Yes, please.
And to help you, do you know what type of garment you want? Is it a sweater or a hat or
I don't think any more hats now. I think now it's
hats.
spring, so I think I will wait with a hat. And I found my favorite at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe some... I could imagine a little more lightweight cardigan, because cardigans is always a good thing. I almost always use a cardigan, but they are mostly bought because I always knit sweaters. So yeah, a nice cardigan. I know I have got many of you as well, and many of them are in my favorites, but so absolutely.
If you have any good ideas on cardigans, please put it here, and please think a little wider. This is now coming from me, but if you have a design of a designer that's not like the biggest designers, that I think is easy to miss those designers. So if you have one of those, a little smaller designer perhaps, or someone that you've seen somewhere and you think it's good, please put it in.
I don't have.
So you said, by the way, when I said now there is a question on everybody's lips, you were like, yeah, I know the question. And then I asked the question, and you're like, okay. So what question did you think I would ask?
I think you would ask, what shall you cast on now? And since I didn't know, so.
Okay, understand.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, I bought some things for the shop before we proceed to just any other thing. But I bought some nice illustrations on Etsy.
And this was next. That was my thinking. So
Okay.
You're right. Please, Petra, what did you buy on Etsy?
Yeah, I have one wall that's still really white in one of the rooms here in the studio, and I wanted a little collage of smaller and larger things to put up there. So I went to Etsy, just searching for knitting.
Pictures.
Yeah, no, not pictures, but maybe something.
Something with knitting.
Yes, something with knitting. And I found a few actually that I really liked. Wait. Here is one. It's a really cute one. The thing is that I don't have the labels down here in the studio now. So.
But we will put the contact details down here, right?
Yes, because I can see on Etsy what purchases I did, so we can link them below.
We'll make it visible somehow.
Yeah. And this is one other. I'm really fond of green plants, and I really like this one. So she's knitting Monstera. It's really beautiful. And another one I thought was really fun, a sheep. It's nice. And I had this was a big one. Wait, that one. I really like the colors in these. It's a lot of greens and turquoise and things, and browns and there was some other cards. Oh no! There was just a little card. Also, no, here comes the sun, but it's nice. And then one of them sent along another card that I thought was really fun as well.
Yeah. What does it say?
It says, "You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are." It's nice. And our daughter Clara actually saw that this is the figure from, what do you say? What do you say in English?
Alice in Wonderland, right?
Alice in Wonderland. Okay.
It's the hat maker.
Yeah, it's a hat maker. That was really fun. Yeah, so if you like pictures like that, it's really easy to find on Etsy. You just search for, like I did. I think knitting posters I searched for, or something like that.
Yeah, it's quite cool. You get a lot of original images like that from artists and designers all over the world.
Yeah, they are not expensive, and the shipping doesn't get that expensive because it's just a paper. So I thought maybe I paid maybe like $7 or something for the smallest, and maybe $200 for the biggest.
$200?
No, $20. I meant SEK. You just
there goes the
no $20 in total for the larger one, I think, so, or something like that. So it was not that expensive.
Okay. Good. Anything more you want to share?
I don't know. I don't know.
No?
Do you have anything more fun to share?
Don't think so. No.
No.
Nothing more fun.
Nothing more. Anything boring?
No.
Okay. Then maybe we have something delicious to share?
We do. Welcome to the beer corner. We actually have a very special beer corner today. because I finally discovered that now it's possible to order beer again to the beer shop. So this was stopped for a while due to COVID, but now you can order online, and then this is so great if you live in Sweden. We have this monopoly, so you can only buy beer and wine and so on in one shop, and maybe that monopoly is good, maybe not. But the thing is that this shop, they have like a huge online catalog, and you can order something from all over the world, and it's free shipping. They ship it to the shop, and then off you go, you pick it up.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's very good. So I was looking around, and I was actually looking for African beers and Asian beers and so on, but I didn't really find anything that I didn't think it was that interesting. Then you and we were watching a series called Vikings.
Yes.
And in Vikings, if you haven't seen it, they drink a lot of mjöd. And I've always been curious, what does really mead taste like? So I found a Russian mead, and I ordered it. Yeah. So today we're not gonna drink a beer per se. We are going to drink a mead.
I wonder if I ever have drank that before.
Yeah, I have definitely not.
No? Okay. Probably not me either then.
So I ordered one bottle of this, and it came to the beer shop, and I read about the company. It's called Medovarus. So it looks like this, the label. Company is called Medovarus, and they make mead, different types. This one is called an amber mead, whatever that means, but I guess it's a little bit darker perhaps. And I'm like, how do you make mead? And apparently there's a lot of honey involved in this. So they make it somehow with honey, and it also said that they use like birch seed or whatever it's called, and then a lot of herbs and spices and so on. So I have no idea what this will taste like. But you can see that there are these honey dots down here, so I'm expecting it to be a little bit sweet. And on the label it says that mead is ritual. I'll read it a little with emotion here. Mead is ritual, tradition, drink, glorified in sagas, ballads and legends, for ages served at the table of Vikings. You see? This is great. Medovarus is the brewery. They use only natural ingredients, and it is based in a city in Russia, and the city's famous big main street is called Nevsky Prospect.
Okay.
So which city am I talking about?
Moscow?
No! St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Yes. Have you been to St. Petersburg?
No, I haven't. I have never been to Russia at all, actually.
No.
No.
I have been to St. Petersburg, maybe 3-4 times. It's a nice city, it's big, and it also has a very famous arts museum, Hermitage. Yeah, so it's a cool city actually, it's quite modern.
Okay.
But it was a long time ago now since I was there, so maybe it's changed. So, let's find out how the mead tastes then. This is the sound of mead.
Were there a lot of Vikings in Russia?
Yes.
Okay.
They went, they were probably there as well, but they also went a lot to Russia.
Okay.
So you remember in the series we saw, in the beginning, they were complaining that they always go east. Do you remember that? So every year these Vikings go on their raids to east, to the Baltics and Russia, and then they started going west.
Yeah, okay.
So yes, there have been a lot of Vikings visiting Russia and probably living there as well.
And they were really horrible people.
Yes.
I was really annoyed at the end of the series because I was so tired of them.
Yeah.
They kind of romanticized, and they were so beautiful, and they were and then just went around killing people.
Yeah.
It was a really annoying series, I think.
It was.
Yes.
It was. But it's interesting how kind of in the northern parts we are talking about Vikings like this. Oh, the Vikings, they were so cool.
Yeah, and that's
But
a
really,
bad
if you think about what these people were doing, of course there were tradesmen as well, and they were doing a lot of normal things. But the Vikings we think about, the ones that went over and
they are nothing to be proud
plundered.
of.
No, not at all.
No.
Anyway, if we separate the Vikings from the mead now for a second.
Now this is important.
Yes. Now we can look at this color here, and I'm not sure you really see the fantastic color. You see it, of course.
Yeah, it's really clear.
This
really,
is
really clear.
Amazing. It's like you can see into the future when you look into this. Would you agree?
It's like it's water with some. It's clear as water, but just another colorway.
Yeah. Smell it. How would you describe that smell?
It reminds me of something Christmassy.
Yeah, but they have cinnamon.
Rum, is it like rum or something?
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Something in there. I'm curious now. I'm a little bit psyched actually. So now you need to kind of mentally move yourself 1,000 years back in time.
Okay.
And then you get this served. So this is Petra 1,000 years ago. Please.
Oh, that's really a strange. It tastes like something that I know.
Okay. Take one more sip.
It's almost a little like glögg.
Yeah, can I taste it?
If you who don't speak Swedish, glögg is... what is glögg?
In German it's called Glühwein.
Glühwein. I don't know if there is hot wine.
Yeah, maybe. It's like
hot wine.
Hot sweet wine that we drink around Christmas times.
Only on Christmas times, but it's this tastes a little like that.
Yeah, very sweet. Is it strong? I mean, alcohol-wise, 5.7. Yeah, so it's like a beer.
It tastes like soda or something like that. It doesn't taste beer, I think.
No.
It's not I think it's like drinking a soda.
Yeah. It's quite good. It's sweet but also a little sour.
It's much better than I thought. I thought mjöd would be more bitter or something like that. Yeah, it's
interesting.
It's fine. Yeah, it's interesting. I would like a normal beer better, but
we are expanding.
Yes, we are expanding. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. Okay, it's pedal to the metal time.
Yes.
Petra, 1,000 years Petra ago. Medovarus, the brewery in St. Petersburg, and their mead, their amber mead. What type of statement in terms of plies would you give this? How many plies? How many plies? How many plies?
2. It's totally 2.
Totally 2, because it's the perfect ply to drink to knitting. It's no resistance, it just flows down in your system.
Maybe almost 1.
1, but it was better with 2.
Okay.
You said 2. You said 2. Okay. Now I will bring my skeins, and I have 5 skeins in my hand.
Do I have to say 5 then?
No, you don't have to say 5. It's okay. But the first thing you say is what it will be.
Okay.
So how many skeins would you give the 1,000-year-old mead?
I give it 3 skeins.
Okay. We can live with that. Me and my mead. So 3 skeins. Yeah. So that means that if you lived 1,000 years ago and got this served, you would still be decently happy in your knitting.
I think in my imagination, I didn't live 1,000 years ago.
No.
But what could you drink 1,000 years ago that with my taste I think would taste good? I can imagine what they drank, like dirty water.
Probably not that good. So compared to dirty water, this
I think
was
this
probably
is really
good. If you can choose, glass of dirty water or the amber milk.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody,
sure
you go for that.
chose this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maybe if we did this show 1,000 years ago, you would give it 5 skates, because then you would compare it to dirty water.
I probably would have, yes.
Okay, but we are not 1,000 years ago. You're very right. So
it might be really good things 1,000 years ago, but in my head everything was dirty 1,000 years ago, and things like that.
Yeah, I think you're very accurate, actually. To be honest, I read a little history, so I don't think you're very far off.
No.
Okay, thank you for participating in the beer testing section, and for the others, Medovarus, give it a try. Think back 1,000 years and enjoy some mead. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Thank you. Bye bye. No, I'm just kidding. Before we close the show, what I would like to really now is one thing I would like to talk about.
Okay.
It's serious.
Yes?
I would like to talk about mini skeins.
Yes, me too.
Do you have any?
I have a lot.
Can you show them?
Yes. I have not showed you before.
No, this has never been shown on television or Instagram or YouTube before. So you are now especially selected for this.
But I have written about them many times and things like that, and I'm so happy they arrived here. My Silkjak single 50 gram skeins, because they are really, 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 really beautiful, I think. I should have
Bigger hands.
Bigger hands, because the sun is coming in, so you don't see the colorways maybe. Anyway, I really like them. This is one of my favorite bases. I have said it many times, but it's such a beautiful yarn for shawls and things. And then I think it's great to have these 50 gram skeins to choose from, because maybe you don't use a whole skein of every color for a shawl or things. So, and I have them in a lot of colorways, maybe 30 or something.
Okay.
So you can really mix and match what you like for a shawl, or it's also a really nice yarn for a fingering sweater or things like that. So yeah, like a little bouquet. I'm really fond of them.
Yes, they are very nice.
Yes, and I have a lot.
So are you trying to say people need to buy?
People need to buy.
We
you
have
need to
too
buy
much.
these people.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun is here now.
Yeah.
I just see you. To sniff under my armpit.
It smells like success.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Yes.
And a little bit of cheese mixed together.
I have been dyeing all day, so it's I assume it.
I can confirm that.
It's good. It's on video. This.
True. Yes, there was actually, maybe there still is, like an development ongoing called Smell-O-Vision.
Okay. I have never heard of that.
No? So the idea is that you have like a box on your television, and then it would like shoot out different smells that would accompany what you're seeing on the television. So hence Smell-O-Vision.
Something new for me.
Something new. Something borrowed, something blue.
Okay.
Petra, can you please make the exit and make it nice? And I will leave that.
I have any smooth sailing things to say now. We wish you, and this will. Did you see? I can't say anything because I jumped to something else.
Stay focused now.
We can imagine it's Friday today or something, and I will say, we wish you a happy weekend, and take care, keep the spirits up, knit a few rows, drink a beer. Cheers.
Bye bye then.
tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here